the student will be required to don mask and gloves. Hand sanitization will be a must before leaving the hostel room. The student will further proceed for thermal scanning. Provided that the student's body temperature is within the permissible limits, then the student will proceed for hand sanitization and back sanitization. Further, the student's vehicle will be sanitized before leaving the hostel premises. As the student arrives at the academy, there will be sanitizer stands readily available for the students to sanitize their hands. The student will again be required to go through thermal scanning for temperature check. Will be required to sanitize their hands again before entering the instructor's office, where the student will collect the loan and print sheet and the health declaration. The student will then proceed to the dispatch official for signing the authorization. The instructors and other officials will be taking the required preventive measures like wearing protective masks, gloves, and frequently sanitizing their hands. Our entire team of aircraft maintenance will be following the required preventive measures of sanitization. They will be sanitizing each and every tool required for aircraft maintenance and repair. Before the flight, aircraft maintenance staff will sanitize the entire aircraft under the supervision of aircraft maintenance officer. Now, we will be demonstrating the sanitization procedure of Cessna 172. The student will sanitize and remove the pitot cover, fuel vent cover, and proceed with the walk-around procedure. Further, the student will sanitize seat belt, shoulder harness, seat and seat latch for student's side as well as the instructor's side. Make sure not to sanitize the PFD, MFD and instrument panel, only the knobs of PFD, MFD and the instrument panel will be sanitized. The sanitization procedure will continue for the controls and switches such as master switch, throttle, trim tabs, flaps, etc. It will be a compulsion for the student to wear a face shield in addition to the gloves and mask for the entire flight duration. Now, the student will be demonstrating the sanitization procedure of Cessna 152, starting with sanitizing and removing pitot cover and fuel vent cover. Continuing with sanitizing the seat belt, shoulder harness, seat and seat latch for student side and instructor's side. The sanitization procedure will continue for aircraft key, controls and switches such as master switch, throttle, trim tabs, flaps, etc. Make sure not to sanitize the instrument panel. Only the knobs of the instrument panel will be sanitized. will disinfect the door latch after completion of the flight. The student will again sanitize their hands and sign the authorization. Hopefully, this video will serve as a guide towards keeping everyone safe. Remember, if you want to see the sunshine, you have to weather the storm. See you all soaring high again.